Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to Hausser Podcast. You guys, today I am joined by my host.
How's it going, you guys? Syren, how's it here?
You guys, I am so excited. So many special people in my life, and one of them is my guest today. I'm so excited for you guys to meet him. And Syren, please tell everybody a little more about him because seriously.
So today we got the one and only Hausser here in the house. Not only is he a power lifter, he's also on scene in film and offset, doing amazing things. Let's talk about more.
Hello, world.
You guys, Hausser is a very, very talented guy. I'm so excited for you guys to get to know him. And honestly, let's get started with these questions because there's just so much you guys gotta learn about him, you guys.
Let's get into it.
So, what does a typical workday look like for you in the film industry?
I wake up just going, what did I get myself into, man? This is intense. This is a lot of mental energy I have to put into this. But at the same time, maybe I'm just a masochist. I love it. I love it.
I don't like pain.
So let's see, the most recent thing that I was doing in the industry was production work. So I'd go to the studio, I'd manage assistant colorists and visual effects artists, give them their assignments, tell them what the day-to-day is, and I just kind of manage the process once they get going, and tons of troubleshooting, lots of screaming, angry clients. Why isn't this shot done correctly? Why does this color look off? Can you do X, Y, Z for me in 5 minutes? Oh, sure, we'll figure it out. All right, everybody scramble, hurry up. We gotta hurry. I can see we're all sweating here, but time is money. Time's wasting.
Time definitely cannot be wasted, bro.
No, we're just the cogs in the machine. Nobody cares about our well-being. No.
How did you first break into that world, though? How did you first break into it?
I went to school. I got a film degree with an emphasis in animation. I'd always intended to get into animation.
Yeah.
However, when I was surveying studios and I was going around trying to put my foot in the door, I ended up walking into the studio where they were filming Avengers Endgame. I had no idea.
What? Don't play, bro.
I had no idea. I had no clue. I went to Georgia, of all places, because I was going to school in Utah, and I wasn't really connected in the LA space yet, really anywhere, because Utah is, the most they got is what, Sundance, independent film industry.
Sundance is gas though.
It's cool, it's cool, but that's not what I was intending to do. So I heard about Atlanta being this new growing film culture and film bubble, and I thought, maybe I could skip the line, not fetching someone's coffee for $14 an hour. Maybe I could get something that's a little better.
Yeah,
so
that's valid, bro.
So I was working at a ski resort, and then I started tutoring so I could save up enough money to fly myself out to Atlanta, and I did that. And I just I don't know. I did some research and found a bunch of studios and just started walking up and cold calling. And they
As
were
you
like,
should, hell yeah.
Yeah, they were like, the balls on this kid, all right.
Yeah.
And like I said before, one of the studios was where they were shooting like all the Marvel movies, and they were doing Avengers Endgame. And
that's goated.
I just made sure I did my research, and I was just, I could speak to what I knew. And the guy I ended up walking into is the VP of Studio Operations. And looking back, I think...
Right place, right time, dog.
Right place, right
time, dog, please.
It was strategic, but it was also luck. So this guy, probably looking back, thought I was there for the Georgia Film School. And then when I started talking to him, he quickly recognized that wasn't the case. And he's probably like, damn, this motherfucker.
Yeah, no, that ass.
Just walked his way in here, but
you were actually talented. What's up? You were like,
at least I made myself seem talented.
Yeah.
And he decided, hey, you know what? We'll give you a shot, kid. Just come back, and we'll, when the time is right, we'll hit you up, and we'll see, what's open. You can kind of work behind the scenes. I'm like, okay, we'll see what that entails. And lucky me, one day they called me and they're like, hey, you still? I kind of fibbed to them. I told them I was moving to Georgia anyway. I wasn't.
Don't play.
I wasn't. And they called me up, they're like, hey, are you still moving to Georgia? We we need to fill a role like as soon as possible. Can you get down here for an interview in the next 5 days? And I was like, yeah, sure. And then I hung up. I was like on a hike or something.
Yeah.
I hung up and I was like, oh shit, I gotta get to Georgia like stat.
Yeah.
So basically I just like called my parents and I was like, hey, I gotta get my ass to Georgia soon.
Like now, bro.
Come out and help me pack everything up because I'm kind of a pack rat. And I drove across the country from Utah to Georgia, and I stayed at this Airbnb on this golf course. Georgia's really big on golf courses, and it was like, I don't know, it was something out of a movie in itself. This guy that owned the Airbnb, he was like some divorced dad who had an extra room. And he was like helping me with the interview process and everything. It was really nice, really pleasant. And then I went in there and I nailed it thanks to this guy. And he celebrated with me. We took shots together afterwards. It was kumbaya. But the part I forgot to mention is after the interview was over, the guy got up, he's casually walking out, and he's like, oh, by the way, it's going to be Avengers Endgame. You need to be here like whatever time Monday and bring XYZ. All right, bye. He shuts the door, and I was just like, okay.
It was just
cool.
thrown at you.
It was just thrown at you. Just thrown at me.
But you dealt with it good, though? Would you say that you dealt with it good? You were ready for it at the time that it came?
At the time, I was like, what the hell am I going to do?
But you dealt with it good, though?
But I dealt with it good.
Yeah.
I didn't get fired after the first day.
Hell yeah, that's what it's all about, though. That's what it's all about. That's amazing that you were ready for it. The universe thought you were ready for it, even if you didn't know it at that time. The universe was, he's ready.
The universe knows better than I. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was a wild ride. I got to meet a lot of the cast members along the way, and just I got to be a film technician.
What surprised you more about working on set than what people imagine?
It's a very different feel in real life than what you see in like a behind the scenes on camera. Actors are a lot shorter in real life than you imagine. The camera makes people look a little taller. And I don't know, there's just some actors where you see how they behave when the cameras stop rolling or when they yell cut. And like Karen Gillian, for example, who plays what's her Nebula, the blue girl. She in real life is really like happy and talkative and bubbly, but when the director yells action, she just gets right back into character and being what her personality is in that movie. And it's really surreal to see that and to see how there's like a real degree of professionalism with just acting. So I could never do it.
So do you see yourself staying in the industry long term or using it more as a stepping stone into something new?
I've always wanted to be in the industry. Ever since I was yay high, my MO has always been, I want to work in the entertainment industry doing something. Maybe not acting, maybe something where I can get my hands a little dirty. I've always loved editing. I've always loved animation. So I would say by the time I got to like high school, I was writing screenplays. I wanted to make an animated TV show, pitching all these ideas to my friends.
That's goated.
So anybody that's ever known me, like from day one, knows that that's just been my route. That's what I want to do. And honestly, if I wasn't in the industry anymore, it would feel like a void, like an emptiness in my soul.
Yeah, I feel that. That's crazy. Like speaking of soul, like working out really helps with that. And when did you start getting serious about lifting?
So I've been lifting ever since I was 12, but it wasn't really. I don't know. It wasn't science-based. It wasn't really. It wasn't practical. It wasn't methodical. It was just you go with your friends to the gym after school and you just lift, and you miss out on so many gains. And you don't really plan things out. Diet, workout routine, structure. You don't really know how to work like certain body groups like together and tie things and tie like a routine together, I guess. And I would say over the years, I would fluctuate. I would get skinnier, I would get bigger, skinnier and get bigger. And at one point, I decided I put so much goddamn work into this. I don't want to ever just like wake up and oh man, I can feel the bone in my shoulder. That shouldn't be. There should be meat there. I never want to feel that feeling again. That is a signifier of just lost progress. And I just have a fear of losing progress when I've put so many years and so much time and dedication into something.
Yeah.
So what really, I guess, lit the fire under my ass is when I started working in the industry. You know, a lot of people end up doing night shifts. They end up doing just really grueling jobs. That was me. And I was, like 24, 25 at this point. I see all my coworkers sitting around me. They're like, not like 30 or the 30s. And a lot of these guys, they were miserable as hell. And they were just letting themselves go. And they just talked about stories like, oh yeah, I played baseball. I did some sport. I did whatever. And now I go home after my night shift and I drink beer till 6:30 in the morning and just pass out. And you know, as he's saying this, he swivels in his chair and you just see the muffin flaps just kind of jiggling. And I'm like, is this my future? This can't be my future. And like I said, I put too much work into it. Yeah. So I decided to, you know, get a trainer to keep me accountable, and it really worked.
And not let yourself go like those guys.
I can't let myself go. I guess I would say another fear of mine is letting myself go.
And also seeing it in front of you, what could happen if you do let go of yourself? Because I feel like the universe maybe put that in front of you for you to see it, like, hey bro, we just want to remind you, like, don't give up. And so they put that in front of you to be like, whoa, hold on, I can't end up there. And I feel like maybe that, And so what pushed you from like working out at gym workouts to real competitions?
Well, you know, I never really found my sport in high school. And at some point, I just woke up one day and I was like, I want to compete in something. I want to get really good at something. I don't want to just lift. So then, for some reason, actually another reason, it was that damn YouTube algorithm. I saw some gymnast videos and I got really inspired by the ring. So then I just got into gymnastics or calisthenics rather, for like 2 years straight. But then I realized, it's kind of hard to find a competition in that, and I have a disadvantage, you know, starting that at the age of 28. Yeah. So I don't know. I was at the gym and I just put up 350 pounds on the bench press. And
oh wow!
Yeah, I've always had a stronger upper body than a lower body. I can thank my dad's gorilla genetics for that.
Hell yeah!
He was also like a big time power lifter, so I was like, okay, it's in the gene pool. Yeah. And all my buddies were like, why are you doing like gymnastics, calisthenics? You should be powerlifting. And I was like, I think you're right. And then they introduced me to the deadlift. I deadlifted before, but I never really incorporated it in my routine. Like regularly. Yeah. And so I fell in love with the deadlift, and then I learned to love squats over time. I always hated squats, but that's part of the sport. Yeah.
So when it comes to like the literal aspect of it, what's harder, the mental side of the competition or the physical side for you?
It starts off being the physical side because mentally, it's something novel, it's something new, and you're just like, I want to do this, I want to get into it, and you start seeing results of newbie gains, and you start really getting into it. Yeah. But then eventually, when you start to plateau and you have to strategize and think of other ways to get bigger and stronger, and then life comes down at you. You have like a lot of late nights at work because it's just that time of the season, or some other obligation happens. And you just start to get worried, like, if I want to compete in this, I got to hit these certain milestones. So then it switches from the harder part being physical to mental, because then you start getting, at least I did, and I bet a lot of people could relate to this, they start beating themselves up. I started beating myself up. So it was just a matter of learning, how to be kind to yourself and not do that. Yeah. And, also just trying to plan out your schedule in a way where, you could find that time to work out and have adequate time to work out before you go and work, and then you're exhausted and yada yada.
Speaking of work, how do you structure training when work gets crazy?
I have to keep a dedicated schedule. If I'm not OCD about my schedule, I'm gonna start slipping. Yeah. It's You
need to really be hard on yourself on it. Yeah. For sure.
Luckily though, over the past couple of years, I've worked swing shifts, so I could always just get up fresh in the morning, go work out, and then go slave away at work. And so then by the time I'm done with work and I'm hating life and I'm like, I just want to go lay down and play video games or go to bed. When a lot of people are forced because they have a typical 9 to 5, they have to do it after work. And then, work beat them up. They're just too tired. They're feeling lazy. They don't get to it. That was kind of the advantage for me. I would just go home after work and go to bed and just wake up refreshed in the morning. So that's kind of the way I was able to do it, and I still do it that way. So.
Yeah.
What's a moment in your competitive life that really sticks with you?
So there's two things to that. So
Okay.
the first answer is the community, just meeting all the meatheads, the lovable meatheads.
That part, yeah.
So a lot of nice people out there, and they're always willing to help you and like guide you and show you, hey, if you tweak that or do this, it might help you. And then you find out they're right, and then you make a new friend.
Yeah.
But that's the generic answer. So the personal answer is, well, I guess that's also personal, but
Yeah,
I guess the more personal answer would be. The moment that really stuck out, last February I competed in the California State Championship.
Hell yeah!
Nice.
Hell yeah!
On my third attempt, at 370 pounds, I pulled my pec during the lockout.
Oh.
No,
And I was like, is my career over? Is this the last I'm going to be able to do this? So I remember just like racking that and then going behind the stage. And then my brother came back and he was like, oh, congratulations and stuff. And I was like, dude, I got injured. And so I was like, should I continue the rest of the competition? And then he was just kind of like, it's up to you. But I hate midway half answers like that.
Yeah, I know. They're like, bro, I really want your help, bro. Please just tell me what you think. And
So
they don't tell
in
you
a
anything.
So in a way, when he was giving me like a non-answer, I was like, no, fuck it, I gotta continue the competition. So
Dog, okay.
indirectly, that's how it went. And I'm glad I did because it was a valuable lesson. And just because there's a little setback like that, you don't give up. You just try to repair yourself and correct course.
So Derek, between work, training, and travel, which one gets sacrificed first?
Fortunately, it's the travel. Tends to be the most expensive part of the budget. I do try to get
Unless
a
you
healthy
make it a business expense.
Tax free.
Because you're actually.
I wish I was more tax savvy. God, that would be.
Yeah. I guess like with OnlyFans, you can actually like travel and you can you know what I'm saying? It's deductible in your pay.
That's true. That's gonna be life changing.
That's gonna be life changing, and with studio work too. I mean, you're not paying for traveling when it comes to studio. They'll usually fly you out, but the good thing is that like you can deduct all those things. If you're traveling, a studio flies you out, and you're over there, and you're at the airport, and you have like you buy something for $30, like you can still deduct that you're traveling for work and you need to eat.
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
And that literally leads right back to your body. Like you need to look like that, so you need to eat, right? So like so now food might actually be partly maybe a business expense. So we gotta look into that. But like
that's a dream come true, actually.
that's it, bro. Yeah.
If I could take food out of the budget, if I could get that subsidized,
I will talk to my lawyers and we'll figure out if that's a thing, because that would be so great if that's a legal way that you can deduct food, because
that's life changing, everybody. That's life changing.
Yeah, definitely, Derek. Would you say that joining the industry, you're starting at Derek Hausser LLC?
Starting at Derek Hausser LLC. It's all new to me. I mean, I'm doing a lot of research on ChatGPT on how to go about it properly.
Yeah.
And we'll get consultation from these guys too.
Yeah, but you gotta realize also that porn is a real job, and if you're doing studio work, or if you're doing underwear modeling shoots, or if you're like just monetizing that in any way, even if it's on OnlyFans, you want to be able to deduct the taxes properly. Because what if you do start making like $25K a month, right, or $30K a month, and now you're pulling in a good $200K a year, more, and now the government's gonna be like, what's going on here? So you really want to have that LLC, bro. Even if it's porn, even if it's OnlyFans, some people don't take it serious, but you always want to have it, because you just never know if in one day, the next day you wake up and you have like so much in your statements all of a sudden because so many people signed up in one night.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And now you were not prepared. You didn't have the LLC the night before. So you got to really think about it before you even get started. So because you never know what's going to happen. You never know how many people are going to see or when a video is going to go viral. So
it's 100% true. And, being new to the industry, this is uncharted territory for me. I don't know what to expect. I don't even know what the fan interaction is going to look like yet. I mean, and 6 months from now, I'm going to have a very different outlook.
Definitely. But
I mean, that's the next question we're about to ask here. How do you avoid a burnout when everything just feels demanding on you?
Well, it doesn't seem like it probably, but I am an introvert. So we introverts have a very specific way of avoiding burnout, which is avoiding all social contact for like 2 to 3 days. And Yeah, it's it's not because I hate people. I don't want to talk to you. We're on superficial terms. It's just it takes a lot out of us to run that social part of our brain. We need time to recharge our batteries. If we don't get that time to recharge our batteries, we burn out quickly.
What keeps you consistent when motivation drops?
The fear of losing progress for me personally.
Got it.
If, again, like I was saying before, if I work hard towards something and then I just end up slacking off and I just start seeing those results dwindle, I can't really sleep at night. I get this like cortisol spike when I'm tossing, turning in bed. Like I could be doing better, you know.
Yeah.
That alone will motivate me, but then there could be other factors too.
Yeah,
where I don't want to let someone down, or you know.
Do your friends support your lifestyle, or think it's a little bit insane?
They both support the lifestyle, and they think it's insane.
Yeah.
But in a good way. In a good way.
Would you like to elaborate more on that?
Well, a lot of them, they've seen how I guess I've changed over time when I really got serious about just sticking to a routine and then just seeing the results pop up in a matter of 3 years. I look like drastically different. Maybe not drastically, just but different than I did 3, maybe even 4 years ago. And they're always coming at me with questions and how do you do this and that, and I find it to be really fun to like educate people and tell them like my process, what I do, and maybe help them, give them some insight on how to start their journey for their fitness or whatever their goals are.
And to take it back a little bit, like what got you into traveling more? And was it something you did growing up? Like a lot, or was this something that just hit?
It's a great question. So I've always done like the family vacations, the cruises to Hawaii, yada yada yada. But I've always wanted to see the world. I'm always just fascinated with geography and just looking up things about different cultures and countries. And as I, when I got into college, I started meeting other foreign exchange students and just learning about like their lifestyles and getting invited to like their home countries to visit. So it started off with, a friend from college invited me to Taiwan, and I got to get the local experience, and it was life-changing. It just created this new addiction. And so it was 2019, before the pandemic. I wanted to do my first solo trip, and I was like, I don't know where I want to go. So I blindfolded myself, and I threw a dart at a map to see where it would land.
That's goated.
It landed on Greenland. And
oh wow,
yeah,
very cold.
And I was like, well, this was like December though, and I was like, what can I go do in Greenland during December? And it was like nothing. You can't even go dog sledding. It's just the weather's too crazy. It's too dangerous. Yeah. I was like, oh really? Okay, well I'll just go to Iceland instead. One of the best trips I've ever taken. It was probably one of my favorite trips too. I met a ton of new friends I still talk to and travel with today. And it was one of those experiences where I can confirm in myself, I can go solo travel, I can go organize a trip for myself, and it can be successful, and I can do it safely. So that's hopefully answering your question.
Yeah. So do you treat your traveling as a full reset, or do you train while you're also traveling still? So
it is a reset, but I can't stay away from the gym. The gym for me is a luxury. It's like eating food. So it actually would become stressful for me if I was on vacation and I didn't have any time to exercise. So maybe I'm not going as hard as I would if I was home, but I want to maintain, I want to get that pump. I want to feel like I did something and I'm not just, being lazy.
Yeah. For most people, when they get that pump, it really boosts their confidence.
Exactly. Yeah. And even though the pump is temporary, it does boost your confidence because I guess maybe in my mind, subconsciously, it shows you, where your potential is going, where your aesthetic looks are going, and it's just, I don't know, it's addictive, that's for sure. It's a dopamine rush.
Yeah.
So
which one would you say wins, bro? And be honest, mountain trips or?
I want to say part of our sponsor, Ibra Pizza, was wondering if you could say hi in the podcast. Say hello.
Yeah, bro.
Come
I
on.
mean,
Here, come on in. Just to say, I was gonna say hi. Hi guys. Hello.
Hi.
Good, hi. Not sure what kind of
This man
podcast
brought
this
our
is.
sponsor.
Yes, we're sponsored by Domino's Pizza. Make sure you order. It's a beautiful chest there, guys. I don't want to take up too much of your time.
no, you,
I have a separate
bro.
delivery to get to, but man, I
If you win, I'll let
I
you
love
keep
it.
one box.
Are you serious?
Nah, bro, I really need the box. I really want to eat it.
I can get you like 4 moves if you want.
Bro, no, you probably will, bro. I got you. I got you.
Look up the. It's called the Fool's Gambit, I believe.
All right, guys.
Thank you.
All right, bro. Thank you so much, bro. Thank you, Domino's.
He brought us
We gotta
Thank
get
you,
sponsored.
Domino's. I'm crying.
All right, where?
I really just want to know, because I just want to know what kind of guy you are. Which one wins? Mountain trips or beach trips?
So for me personally, it's mountain trips.
You were
Why?
talking about hiking earlier. Yeah, I was gonna say. I remember.
So when I go on vacation,
Yeah.
I'm gonna get bored after a day if I'm just sitting there on the beach.
Yeah. I
It's-
feel that.
It's nice. It's pretty to look at. I love
Yeah.
taking pictures with my phone. But if I'm doing like a trip, I'm going into the snowy ass mountains in the middle of the winter. I'm
Yeah.
like hiking up with spikes on my shoes and stuff. Like
Yeah.
that's a thrill. During the pandemic, I went to Alaska and I just like hiked these random mountains outside of Anchorage. And I was like, I'm gonna freaking die out here. And I met these 2 dudes. I guess they were like in the Army Reserve or something like that from Alabama. And they had like just moved to Alaska, and they were the only other people on the mountain. And we were just like, hey, what's up? We're like the only souls out here. And I was like, yeah, I thought this was gonna be a bad idea. I thought I was gonna get lost and die. They're like, oh no, we know this
Yeah.
mountain by the back of our hand. And then we just ended up going back to his apartment, eating ramen noodles and smoking
Oh,
weed.
so homie.
It was so great.
I love
I
it.
still talk to him
flavor.
today. So yeah, I like
Mountains better than?
mountains because you still get to. I guess there's more to do, in my opinion. That's what I would say.
Yeah.
So, what are you chasing more right now? Career growth or your athletic goals?
So it's kind of a hard question to answer because it's really both. But right now, I'm trying to maintain my career as much as I can. Right now, things in the film industry are on a downturn. A lot of people are losing their jobs in post-production, and you gotta stay vigilant. You gotta strategize. You gotta be on your stuff.
Yeah.
I have already achieved a lot of what I want to do already, fitness-wise. I've already gotten like 5 gold medals in powerlifting for my categories. So I would say that's accomplished.
That's so goated, honestly, bro.
Oh,
Like,
thank you,
That's
thank
like
you.
that's like insane,
That's like huge
bro. Like,
accomplishments.
Oh, thank you. Yeah,
that's
it's
insane.
It's
dog.
good to see the hard work paying off. Yeah.
Seriously.
So it's both because I'm not done powerlifting. I'm gonna keep going.
That's what I was gonna say.
You know.
Any big projects or competitions that are coming up soon?
So far, I have at least with powerlifting. I'm planning to do another meet like in June. Just probably beat my record. I want to get a 410 bench press.
Hell yeah.
That's my next
Okay.
goal.
Hell yeah.
And that's with a pause too. That motherfucker is hard to do.
Yeah.
It's not like just touch and go. And then in terms of projects, Hausser Studios.
Hell yeah, you
This
guys.
is my next project.
We're
so
definitely
excited.
super excited.
I'm so excited to be a part of it.
And we're gonna touch base on that in a little bit.
Yeah.
I really definitely want to dive into your new career, but I just really I still just want to ask you so much more about you and Syren, please just ask. Let's keep it up on these questions.
So, if everything went perfectly in the next 5 years, what would your life look like?
I would have sold that TV pilot that I've always wanted to sell.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
And at the same time,
No,
maybe,
I saw it, yo, and like it's actually so bomb. Like it's fire.
Oh, well, thank you.
It's so funny, bro. Like it's so funny.
I made an animated TV pilot. I was intending for Adult Swim. Still working on getting that through the door. But these guys have seen the animatic. They like it.
I love
Humbled
it.
by that.
It's fire, dog. I really liked it.
But I also
made me laugh
have
a lot.
a couple other projects in my back pocket just in case that one doesn't sell, including a live action script that I really want to get out the door.
Hell yeah. And it's really good as a creator to have just multiple things you can bring on to studios and stuff like that and to production companies. What advice would you give someone trying to balance ambition with actually enjoying real life?
Let's see. Well, in my personal experience, it's very important to be ambitious. You don't want to sit there and be aimless when you go about life. That's not the way to go. But you also at the same time have to understand that not every ambition will work out. You might start something, it doesn't get finished, or you might just get bored of it and realize it's not for you. And that's okay. But you also need to plan and organize and make sure that you have an end goal in mind. Because if you start something with no end goal in mind, you're kind of wasting your time. Because that goal, even though it started off with a purpose, it will become aimless. And then I don't know if it's subconsciously or if it's a conscious decision in certain individuals, but when you start something and you start to see it go nowhere, you lose hope, you lose motivation, and you start to stagnate. And depending on the kind of person you are, that could look like jumping headfirst in devices to cope. Maybe focusing on the wrong things, becoming reclusive and not working on relationships. There's a whole plethora of things that can happen if you, I guess, have an imbalance of those things. So when you're approaching ambitious goals, always have a set plan and take the time to really methodically plan out and think about what the end goal is going to be, so that in your mind you can kind of start to see the light at the end of the tunnel, and there's something tangible to grasp at the end that will keep you motivated and keep you going.
100%.
Because again, if you don't see the light at the end of the tunnel because you didn't plan for it, or you don't know what that looks like, you're just going to kind of go, one day I just don't care. I just don't care. So I guess that's my convoluted advice.
So what do you wish you had known when you first moved to LA and started working and following these ambitions?
I wish I didn't just go headfirst into working without planning what I was going to do on the weekends, what communities was I going to join. In your working life, after you get out of school, you can get isolated when you just go to work. Making friends is harder. You're not inserted into like social circles like you are with school, or whatever. And if you're in a new area like LA, there's a lot of things to do, but you may not know how to go about it. That's what I did. I spent my first year in LA just kind of being reclusive and just going, I wish it was dateable. I wish I could, make new friends and stuff like that. But it was, it was me shooting myself in the foot because I didn't understand. You gotta go.
Take that first step.
You gotta go to things. You gotta take that first step. And not just random stuff. Start with your hobbies and interests. And if your hobbies and interests entail things that don't draw in a big crowd, maybe start to pick up new things like pickleball. That's a big community right now, or etc. So that's my answer.
Speaking of taking the first step, right now you're taking the first step into a new industry, and you're definitely well prepared for it. I think physically and mentally, but today you had your first photo shoot for JJ Malibu, and he also did a photo shoot for Hausser Studios, you guys. But for a second, this photo shoot for JJ Malibu that you did, you were changing into a lot of costumes, or not costumes, but a lot of underwear, a lot of underwear for them. And what did you like the most about it? What was the coolest part about it?
Ooh, I like this question. So I'm a man that loves variety. I love trying on new underwear, new pieces of just
He literally
clothing.
does. He literally loves it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I mean, you know.
Yeah, I do know because
I used to bring bags.
He will come over to my place and there will be like a bags of
like,
underwear.
Check out this new thing.
And then he will be like, "Can we try all of them on?" He will be like, "Can we try all of them on?" And I was like, "Yes, like a runway show, bitch, please." And honestly,
it's fun. It's fun to be an exhibitionist sometimes,
hell yeah.
right?
What did you like the most about working for Nolan today?
Oh, he was fantastic.
Yeah,
he made me feel comfortable right out of the gate because, like I said, I'm like we've all been saying, I'm new to this. This is a whole new territory. And when you're new to something like this, or you're putting yourself out there and you're stepping out of your comfort circle, it's important to have like a guide, or at least like a mentor in the moment to like kind of make you feel comfortable so you're not all stiff and rigid, and then you have anxiety where your heart's beating out of your chest. Then you come out of the experience thinking, oh, that wasn't fun, maybe I'm having second thoughts about this. So he was a great job, and he was talking me up. He was like, oh, I'm not sure about the way I'm posing. No, you're doing good, keep doing what you're doing. Great, now I'm confident.
And you cooked, bro. I posted some videos of you on my story and stuff, like as he was taking photos of you, because it just looked fire. I was like, what the fuck?
And I saw those after the fact, and I was like, oh damn, that's what I look like from behind.
We were talking about that, we were like,
I saw the stories and you really filled them out.
And honestly, so today you also shot your first or one of your first collabs, like really collabs. Somebody was actually filming it with a camera or like a phone, but like you were like, was it a different experience for you? What was that like for you shooting a collab like that?
It was a different experience. It took some time, even before this, for me to get used to being on camera. I kind of prepared in private, just filming myself, just like practicing with like someone that I was like hooking up with, or just like being alone, jerking it, or just like simulating it. As embarrassing as it sounds, to just like, oh, I'm practicing alone doing this. But that made it easier to kind of just jump right into it today. And
you collaborated with Brady Hausser, huh?
Yeah, I did.
Our femboy, he's one of the cutest femboys I've ever met.
You guys are gonna love him.
Yeah, he's one of the cutest femboys I've ever met, and he and Dylan collab today, and him and Derek collab today, and I honestly I'm so excited to see that collab and see how you guys like did with each other. It's so cool, bro. Like so cool that you're doing this, and so cool that you're getting into it. And honestly, it's a different thing to do OnlyFans than it is to be in the studio. And soon you're gonna go do your first studio scene. Yeah. You've been talking to Mr. Pam.
Yeah.
For your first studio scene, and you had to go and get tested. I really want to talk about that, because that's something that people don't, I think, realize. You really have to get tested before every scene.
Yeah. People who are not in this industry, who are just totally clueless, they may have misconceptions about like, oh, well, you're a porn star, you're doing porn, you must be riddled with diseases, and it's like, no, actually, this is the career path for a lot of people. You got to stay healthy. There's regular testing. It's really important to keep your body healthy and to be wise and selective. You don't just go like sleeping around or go to like some random bathhouse or something and contract something. You got to be smart.
Yeah, because what if you don't pass a test, and then the studio has to be like, oh, we gotta shoot him next month or something, and you really relied on that money for that month or something like that.
Exactly.
Like you never know what can happen.
Yeah.
That trip to Flex definitely wasn't worth it then.
Bro, that trip to Flex could have been brutal. Yeah, that's true, Syren. You speak the truth, Syren. And
can only imagine how that went.
Yeah, but also like how are you mentally preparing for your shoot on Sunday?
Oh, it's a lot simpler than people might think. Not really thinking much about it. Just
go off.
If you think too much about something like this, in my view, then you start to you doubt yourself, have anxiety about it, and then when you get there, get in there, you might be more like stiff and rigid because you've had this mindset going into it just going, oh, this is gonna be fun, and just imagining the stakes are low.
Yeah,
it keeps you relaxed, and Mr. Pam is a very nice person. So this is gonna be a lot of fun.
And you met Nolan today already, so at least you know one person is going to be on set. Nolan's been doing the behind the scenes for every photo shoot, and photography and behind the scenes for every photo shoot.
It'll be a familiar face, so it'll be comforting.
It's gonna be really cool, and you're gonna see there's gonna be a specific lighting person, a specific microphone person. Obviously, Nolan for behind the scenes. You're gonna have Mr. Pam right there to support you. There's gonna be your other partner, and there might be catering person. So like that's really cool. Like there's gonna be a good amount of people there, but that's because that's what it takes to make a professional shoot happen, and it is a performer's job to perform in front of all those people being there, and that's a whole different thing, dog, than doing OnlyFans.
Absolutely.
And I'm so excited for you to experience that on Sunday, bro. I'm so excited, and I see how you're mentally preparing, and that's so admirable that you have the mental capacity to just be like, yeah, let me just block it all out, and I'm just gonna show up and do my best. And
it's really motivational.
Yes, it's really, really motivational, and I'm really excited for you, and I feel like everything that you've done, a lot of parts of your personality led you to this persona now, because like you do love to wear this underwears, you do love to work out, and you do love to show off your body. Like you love that, and it's something, but it's something that I love about you, bro, and that's why I am so excited. Hell yeah, and that's why I'm so excited, because you already possess that role in you.
You're meant for the camera.
You are meant for it, bro, and that's so exciting.
You
and
heard it here first. They believe it.
And fuck yeah, we believe it. And you're gonna do a scene with Derek Cage, and he's so talented. Derek Cage has been in a lot of studios, and I think that's also going to start teaching you a lot as a performer when your first shoot is somebody so experienced, and your following ones are also gonna be people that are gonna be the top, bro. And that I think is gonna just teach you really fast. Because these muscle guys are the top muscle guys in the country that you're going to be doing scenes with, bro. Studio scenes with, and it's going to teach you so much to be on set with them, bro. I'm so excited for you.
I'm excited too. I'm excited to meet other Derek as well.
Yeah. Hell yeah, bro. All right, Syren, go ahead and tell us where we can find this guest and stuff like that.
Well, make sure you follow this guy on his Twitter, his Instagram, or anywhere you get his social media. You want to give us those platforms for us?
I am on Instagram as Derek Hausser, and I'm also on X as Derek Hausser. So you can find me there. I'll be posting more as the weeks go on. These are brand new accounts, and I look forward to seeing all the fans and all the interactions, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. It's gonna be very fun and new, and it's a very interesting experience. So it's gonna be good.
And you can also find him on Pornhub as Derek Hausser, because we're gonna make sure we maybe put trailers out of your scenes if you're comfortable with putting trailers out of your scenes. It's a great way to sell your OnlyFans videos, to put trailers out on Twitter, to put trailers out on Pornhub. Those are really big platforms that if people see the trailer, they'll be like wanting to go to your OnlyFans and watch the video, the collabs that you make.
Absolutely.
So that you can make your own money. You can't. I don't want you to just rely on Hausser Studios, right? Because I'll get you a lot of scenes for my studio. That's granted.
Yeah.
But I also want you to make your own money and make your own little productions with performance that you need. That's such a cool thing. It's gonna teach you so much for your own things, and for the rest of your life, you're gonna own those OnlyFans videos.
Yeah.
And when you're older, you can still sell those OnlyFans videos. Somebody will buy them. So that's super cool, dog. I'm so excited for you.
Cool, isn't it? Yeah.
Keep working out. You look amazing, bro. And it was a pleasure. I'm so excited for your next competition, bro. I bet that you're gonna win and do amazing. And honestly, thank you so much.
Home the gold again.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Derek. I'm so excited for you, bro.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Really, thank you so much, bro.
Thank you.
Well, we just want to thank you guys for tuning into this episode of the Hausser Podcast with our host, Syren, and our co-host, Daniel Hausser, and then our lovely, introduce yourself one more time.
I am Derek Hausser, and I'm excited for this new adventure.
And this is the Hausser Mafia, bro. I'm just kidding. No, but I'm just going to say, you guys, every model that you guys will see that I'll introduce to this world is a very, very, very important person to me. These are not just random people. These are people that I really, really genuinely care about. So I really want everybody to know that I'm not just going and finding random people and giving them my name or giving them something like that. I genuinely think these guys are so worth so much, and I genuinely think that they are gonna blow up. So stay tuned, because Derek Hausser is coming in strong, you guys, and I'm so excited, you guys. Thank you so much for watching the Hausser podcast, and thank you, Syren, for hosting. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. Bye bye.
See you later.